So just an overview of SEO strategies. One thing that is really important when you start your SEO campaign is keyword discovery. It's really the foundation of your entire campaign. So you have in mind already, when you're hiring somebody to do SEO, you're hiring a firm to do SEO, you already know what it is that you want to market. You know what products you want to market, what services you want to market, and if you don't know, make sure you know. Okay, make sure you target those areas, because in the long run, you want to make sure that you're looking at a return on investment in those phrases, in those products, okay, and those services that you can give to people. So when they're searching for you, so that's number one. It's very important. We call that our foundation, because if that foundation is not laid correctly, you'll have lots of cracks in your slab later on. Also, website optimization. We're going to talk about on-site and off-site marketing, dive more into a little bit about that, and SEO current trends as well. So, keyword discovery. As you can tell, I'm pretty passionate about keyword discovery. One of my jobs with server-side design is I'm a client relations executive. So after a client has launched, we've put everything into place, they essentially come into my camp. And I watch their campaign, and we have a whole team of people that do that. But as I'm watching their campaign, they've come to me, come to the company, and they've said, these are our goals, this is what we want to see happen. And so it's my job to make sure that those goals happen with that specific client. And what's important, I always go back to it, is the keyword discovery. Okay, did we look at the products and services that you want to promote? Are you making sure that if you promote those, if we're promoting product A, but it's only going to bring me in $20 a lead or a conversion, shouldn't I be marketing the ones that are going to bring me in $100 or $150 per conversion? Right? Just saying. So those are the things you have to look at, because some people don't think about that at the beginning, and it's very important. So relevant keywords to your market. What's going to be most beneficial for you? Determine geographic target. Are we targeting Houston? Are we targeting Pasadena? Are we targeting Woodlands? Are we targeting New York? Where is it? Make sure you know your target audience, okay? Be careful of highly competitive keywords. So at the beginning, that whenever you're choosing keyword phrases, one of the important things to do is make sure, A, how many times is that keyword being searched, right? Because if you choose a keyword phrase and then you go and discover that it's only been searched 30 times, or maybe even 7, because I just saw one the other day that was only searched 7 times in 30 days, you've got to look at that, and you also have to look at the competition you have online. Are you competing against 1,000 websites, or are you competing against 1 million? Because that's going to determine the success rate of your keyword phrase. I'm sorry, I thought you had that.
No, that's okay. I was just going to give a quick tip on finding the competition number. So let's say it's, once again, like used cars. If you go to Google and type in used cars, but put quotes around that phrase, okay, and hit search, it'll tell you 1 to 10 of 500,000 results. That number right there is your competition. That's who you're up against. Yeah, there's maybe not 500,000 companies in Houston that are selling used cars, but there's 500,000 websites that mention that phrase over and over again. So your SEO competition is that number. Okay, so that's important to know. Anything over 500,000 or more gets pretty difficult. 1 million and up gets really difficult. So as a rule of thumb, you usually want to try to stay under 250,000 or less for your keyword phrases, unless you're just running a very aggressive campaign. Sorry.
Very true. No, thank you. That's great. Again, be aware of highly competitive keyword phrases, just like Roger was talking about. Some of these phrases take time to rank, so choose wisely. One thing that you'll discover, if you do start searching for SEO firms, be aware of anybody who says to you, "Oh, it's only going to take 3 months to get that keyword phrase ranked. I guarantee it." There's no guarantee. So anybody who tells you that, please run quickly. Okay? There is no guarantee. It could take a month, it could take 6 months, it could take a year, it could take a year and a half. Just know that what you're looking at, how important is that phrase to you? We do have a client that had this one specific phrase, and they're like, I want that phrase to rank, and I don't care if it takes me 2 years. And again, that was one with really low search volume. However, there was a lot of competition for it because it's an up-and-coming product, but they didn't care, so they wanted to really make sure that that phrase ranked. So you have to determine what is important for you and be patient. Sometimes it'll pop quickly and sometimes it won't. Keyword discovery explained. I have a problem with jumping ahead of myself sometimes, so I'm going to apologize right now. Local versus national keywords. Again, Roger was talking about, if you're looking at the phrase web hosting versus Houston web hosting, those are ways to kind of target your market. If you're just using the phrase web hosting, realize that you're going to get results from all over, which is a good thing for web hosting. But if you're trying to just target the local area, the Houston area, the Sugar Land, you want to make sure that you look at those keyword phrases with those local phrases in them. Short tail versus long tail. When I go and look for a specific product online, I'm typically going to use a long tail phrase. Does anybody know what a long tail phrase is? There's kind of a cheat sheet up there, by the way. Okay, so a long tail phrase is the longer the phrase, the more specific the phrase, then, so web hosting company reviews, you're going to have the more targeted market that's trying to come in to find you. Okay, so if I'm looking for a pair of red Nike tennis shoes and I put that in, then I'm going to find that exact product that I'm looking for. Okay, so the broader the phrase, like web hosting, a lot more results are going to come in. I can tell you have something to say.
Always.
I can tell, it's just terrible.
No, the important thing about that to note is the higher conversion rate, the higher probability that someone will actually convert. So yes, web hosting company reviews will bring in less search volume and less traffic to your website, but it's so targeted and highly honed in on what you're looking for, there's a better probability that they're going to convert to business for you. So it's important when you guys are trying to pick your keyword phrases to run with, don't always look at the high search volume phrases. Pick the ones that are more relevant to your business or more relevant to even your geographic target, getting back to the top one, like Houston web hosting. You guys want to attract local business, put that city in your keyword phrase, and that's how a lot of times you'll pop up in your city, by putting that city level in the phrase. Yes, sir. Absolutely. Yeah, good question. You can have many variations. It could be a red Nike shoe, red Nike shoes, a red Nike shoe company, and they're all treated differently. So that is a good question because if you just put an S on the end, it's going to rank differently because your competition's different. So all of that matters. The spellings, a lot of times you can target phrases that are just slightly, like they're misspelled by one letter because a lot of people are typing that in. So that may be one phrase you want to go after. But it gets back to the keyword research and really putting in the right research for the keyword.
And the goals of your company.
That's
definitely important.
Oh, one other thing. We're talking about locally targeting. This is important. This is something that's changed over the last year or so. But if you type in something like web hosting, or let's say a good example that's like just pizza, you'll see a lot of local companies showing up now. So you don't have to put the city in the keyword phrase, because as you guys see now, these local maps are showing up, even for just generic phrases. So even just like web hosting and things of that nature, you'll see local map listings show up. Okay, but to be on the safe side and also to get those rankings in a quicker form, it's always safer to go with putting the city in the keyword phrase that you want to go after. So.